1919, the top photo. The bottom photo is a photograph taken, this is the Buddhist Sunday School photo of the children. And I used this photo in another film I made called Children of the Camps to show how many innocent children were put in prison. And on the bottom right-hand side, on the second row, you could see my mother holding my brother in her arms. In 2018, we've been having pilgrimages to the Tule Lake Segregation Center for descendants and survivors. And in 2018, we gathered, and it happened to be a national day of protest when it was announced that children of asylum seekers were being separated from their families, literally torn from the arms of some of the mothers and fathers. And many of us in that photo on the top are in that photo on the bottom. And we were mad. And so when we knew the pilgrimage was about to happen, several of us had banners made, got photos of us when we were children in the prison camps, and we staged a protest that was broadcast and streamed live across the country. The building in the back with the shed over the top of it is the jail where my father was held. And the mountains in the back is an iconic signature physical recognition of the Tule Lake Segregation Center. It's called Castle Rock. And so that pilgrimage was the beginning for many of us who were so outraged by the repetition of our history. The language was the same, the removal of immigrants, the absence of due process, the separation of families, the criminalization of immigrants, removal of immigrants and people legitimately seeking asylum in this country. We felt like the resonance was so powerful that some of us gathered together and organized an organization that's very active today called Sudu for Solidarity. And started out with a handful of us. We were going to demonstrate at the Dili Family Residential Center, where thousands of children were being held. I remembered what my mother said to me about what that blanket meant to her, and I said to the group, we need to let the children and the mothers know in Dili that somebody outside cared. And so someone said, we should fold paper cranes. They're a symbol of hope and peace. And so I said, yeah, we need to fold 1,000 cranes, because 1,000 cranes is, there's many stories about the magic of 1,000 cranes and how wishes are granted when 1,000 paper cranes are folded. And Mike Ishii, who is my co-conspirator in organizing this organization, said, no, we need 10,000 cranes. He's the visionary, I'm the practical. And he said, we need 10,000 cranes. So we started calling our families and friends. We started holding classes so people could learn how to fold cranes. And by the time we got to Dili in South Texas, there were so many boxes of paper cranes that came from Alaska, Canada, Japan, and across the country. There were 30,000 strands of paper cranes waiting for us. And we began to show up at sites. We're most of us survivors, so we're all in our 80s and 90s. And you have to know that the press loves it when old people are mad and demonstrating. So there we are with our canes, our hearing aids, our walkers, our wheelchairs. This is our friends Ivan and Ilda. They are from Central America. They have been in Sanctuary Church. Again, a Quaker church. And Ivan escaped with his mother
Just go down.
Threats
Just
of
Meg, she can wait.
They murdered the father.
We're good.
The gangs there, and they escaped and,
you go, put it in quiet
were
mode for now.
protected in Sanctuary. And
I'll
Ivan,
remind you on the way
at
out.
the time he was there, was 7. He's now 17. Has not been outside of the church. This is us at Dilley. And you could see I made a photo of me with a petition in my hand. And today we are organizing to and routinely protest in Dublin, California, where the former federal women's prison has been shut down and now going through the motions of becoming another site where hundreds of children and mothers are going to be held. Thank you.